All proceeds from the concert went to Aggie Radio to help them keep the station running and to help them get new things for their studio here in the TSC.
You could see more than just trash car racing, as they had hillbilly lawnmower racing as well.
Here in the Spectrum, I'm standing on a stool to get to the height of the guys competing in the dunk contest, all of them about 6'8" or taller. But when I step off the stool, I'm more the height of a normal man. 5'10" is the average height of a man in America, which is why you probably can't dunk as well at home as these guys can in the dunk contest. Girls were even able to step into the flight simulator to get almost the full experience of what it's like to be in aviation. Welcome to this edition of ATV News. I'm Adam Larson.
And I'm Austin Elder.
The 10th Circuit Court of Appeals came to Utah State University for the first time. USU students gathered at the Kane Performance Hall this week to observe the United States government in action.
It's incredibly rare for the 10th Circuit to hold oral arguments outside of their courtrooms, and it's incredibly rare for a circuit court to hold oral arguments on a university campus that does not have a law school.
This was the first time that the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals held sessions at Utah State. You know, we've got a bag of crickets here. We're gonna try eating some of these insect foods.
Let's jump on this.
Ariana doesn't want to do it, but the rest of us we're gonna do it. So grab a
just
cricket there, Mike.
All right, I got one.
Here we go, guys. The moment has arrived.
Here we go for journalism.
Oh man, this one's jumping around.
Looks tasty, Mike.
They're great. I don't know what you're talking about. Adam,
Yeah, I got a lot of
Austin,
them
you guys
here.
taking part of this
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
feast?
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's juicy.
Oh, juicy.
That is not as
Well,
good as
I
wanna
was
be.
glad to not participate in that. Thank you for joining us on this edition of ATV News. You can catch all the latest editions on our Facebook page. We'll leave you with some shots of Katie Elizabeth Room Paint Night.
Welcome back to Kirby Court at the Wayne Estes Center in Logan, Utah. We're having our second set here in conference play tonight. It's the Wyoming Cowgirls who took the first one by a score of 25-13. I'm Logan Black. I'm here with the all-knowing Adam Larson. He's a lot of fun to listen to if you weren't here for our first set. Knows a lot about the game. Adam, what's it going to take for the Aggies to work their way back in here in the second set?
Well, they've really got to get rid of those hitting errors. Only hit 097 in that first set compared to Wyoming's 385. And the Cowgirls on the season average hitting 220. So you just can't let a team hit 385 on you if you want to win a set. And so Utah State really going to have to change that up, hit a little bit better, and they really need to get some blocks. Only had one block in that first set, average 2.5 blocks per set over the course of the season, which is pretty good. They rank 32nd in the nation in blocking right now, which is really good for a team that, you know, you look at their record, you wouldn't think a team is that good. So they've really got to get better on their blocking and keep those attacks in bounds, and they just couldn't do it right there as well.
Well, let's jump into a quick story real quick. Visiting with Coach Dubose earlier in the week, he talked about a man named Carl McGown. Now, for those of you that have followed volleyball, men's volleyball, women's volleyball, Olympic volleyball for most of your lives, Carl McGown is considered one of the best volleyball coaches in the world, or rather was. He passed away back in December of 2016. He was the former coach of the U.S. men's national team and the head coach at BYU. Coming back to Coach Dubose, he talked about attending, I guess you'd call it a training, a conference, something for volleyball coaches, where Coach McGown was an instructor. And he talked about how there had been $250,000 offered out by the FIVB to find out how you win volleyball games. And in his story, Coach Dubose didn't mention what the $250,000 answer was, but he said that Coach McGown in that training said that it comes down to two things: serving and serve receiving. If you can do that well, you're going to win a lot of volleyball games. Like you touched on, Adam, that's something that Utah State is going to need to do a better job of if they want a chance to get back into this one.
They really, you know, in this game, there's a good tip right down the line from Wyoming. I believe it was Haley McArdle. Don't quote me on that one, though. I might be wrong, but I believe it was her. But you're right, you know, serving and serve receive. Wyoming's been so good today on the serves. 4 aces in this game. Utah State has none. and has 2 serving errors. Wyoming
They
has
started
none.
off the match with a serving error.
And so that's something you've really got to change. And you know, serve receive hasn't been great for the Aggies as well. They haven't been able to get good, solid passes off of that serve receive. And really, that's what you want is off of that serve receive. If you get a good, strong pass, you want to be able to come out with the kill before the other team even has a chance to attack the ball.